Okay. So this is the second project I'm going to show you. Okay, and this. This project you will learn two more things. One is what is called cultural probe. Okay, 文化探针. Another is a new way of doing the concept selecting is called Kano. So you have to remember the difference of these two methods. Okay, that's very, very important. This one is to test the overall user experience quality. Okay, this one is to test whether you like it or not regarding to your app or your brand. Originally, it's for your brand. Okay, so this one is the second product I'm going to show you, and it's also it's about 6 years ago. Okay, so this is a master student project. Okay, the reason I want to show you master student project is first, it's a student project, so that means definitely you will be able to achieve the same quality. Second is I wanted to show you if you have more time, you might be able to achieve to a better solution. Okay, because I moved to service design and experience strategy for the past 3 years, so I don't have other cases about app design. Okay, so but still you can learn a lot from this project. And the student of these two projects actually got a really nice job using their master thesis. So that's why I want to show you, because you can leverage your design and the research to find a better job. Okay, so this project is for traveling, trip planner. Actually, trip planner is a quite popular topic for many students. If you are interested, I will show you another case next week. And so, next week will not be my class. The following week. Okay. So this is the title is called Applying Cultural Probe for User Experience Design and Research on Trip Planning. So I'm going to talk about cultural probe later. So the research background is why I want to do this research. First is if I'm a DIY traveler, it's harder and harder for me to find information I want because there's too many information, and how can I leverage them to have a better result? But the funny thing is, if I want to do this program right now, I will definitely use AI technology. Right? It probably can save me a lot of time. So that's why I think design is a kind of expertise that will change according to the development of the society and technology. So maybe this part will change. And the other thing is, some of the user, they have their very unique way of collecting travel information. So for that sort of general finding or general way of collecting information, we have some understanding. However, for individual, very unique way of finding information, we don't have any way to find it. Therefore, we use cultural probe to do it. Okay, so first of all, because this is master thesis, so you will discuss some literature about backpacker, user experience, cultural probe, Kano, and PS. But actually, this is not a really, that's not really good to say, but not really a serious research project. It's a design project. So the literature review is just pretty basic level. If you want to do a research, you have to do a better or more thorough literature review. But in terms of design, if you want to do, so you collect information about backpacker, about user experience, about cultural probe, Kano. I think that's quite normal. So you can do, you can do this. Okay, so the process is similar like our triple diamond, and to build up the whole thing. And second thing is, because this is the first process, when we go through the first process, we realize, okay, we don't actually come up with really different result, kind of an ordinary app design. So we are thinking about whether we can try to have more detailed information about how different trip planners do their job. So we use Culture Pro to do it. And based on the result of Culture Pro, we try to generate a second round of app design. So what I'm going to tell you about is not the first round of the design process, instead of the second stage. And then we test it and analyze it and come up with the final result. So the process is similar to actually is the triple diamond process. User experience and the software is called mapping, and the prototype and test. So the second round interview, actually it interviews 16 interviewees. So the first is from the first user experience research, we find out about this information, and they are quite normal, so that means there's nothing new. So when you research actually are quite normal, or the problem you found is quite ordinary, that means you want to create a very innovative result that will be really challenging. Okay, so the first round of user experience research talking about a user will use different channels to collect information. It's really hard to discuss the planning with your companion. And it's not easy to collect information from different channels, and the different information actually might change according to the local situation. Finally is how I can organize a trip that fit into my traveling style. That's quite different. Okay, so then we do mapping. So for example, this is the original design. So I kind of like this one is a website plugin. So it tells you how I can select information and use mapping to store the information. So you kind of use the Kano to create the animation and illustrate the interaction between users. And I would encourage you to have a look of this kind of high quality presentation, because I think Iris presentation probably is the best among probably 3 or 4 years time. I mean, the quality produced is really good. Okay, then the second function it produced is picture recognition. So kind of capture the information. So if you found some information you want to use, you can take picture and select information and store information in mapping. And then is you can click the information on Google Map. So it will show you how different spots you want to travel and collect them together in mapping the system. Okay, so then produce a prototype and use 6 to test. So find out, okay, some problem for the 6 user. The categorization, how to find the spots is very difficult, and they cannot see the difference between different landmarks. So the second version kind of quite try to increase different tagging system, define information using color to define different type of information, like the number that indicate the kind of the stage of your travel, and modify the planning and store information. Okay, prototype. So this is the first round, and then we try to build up more interesting things by Cultural Pro, kind of how they browse different information, how they collect information, and how they actually going through a trip journey. So what is Cultural Pro? First, culture probe is something you ask the user to collect the information for you. So what you need to do is you can create this called a cultural probe package, and you will deliver this to your user. So they will have this one. This probably come with a book, notebook called travel map, a diary, and a record photo frame. So you just give this package to them. So as long as try to browse information or they try to collect information, and they have to write it down for you. So 6 users, they will record 1 to 2 weeks. And then we collect the information and try to analyze it. Okay, so transform the needs and come up with new design idea. Okay, what will be the most difficult part of this? It's this one. Whether your user will follow your instruction to record their process. On the very beginning of the development of mobile phone, actually, a lot of company will ask the mobile user to take any photo when they try to use their phone. So, for example, if I take my phone and do something, I will take photo. So they use that to collect all the things you will do with your phone, with your mobile phone. So this is similar. When you try to do anything related to travel, you should record it. And how you can convince the user to help you. So one is you pay them a lot of money, they will help you. Second is you have to remind them every day. Kind of send them a message. You say, oh, did you remember to record anything today? Or you can send them like some information every 4 or 5 hours. Of course, you have to let them know that we will do that. Not try to annoy them, but this is the difficult part of this cultural probe. And in the end, you will collect a lot of information. Okay, so this is the cultural probe, kind of like the diary. So kind of collect the behavior model, your lifestyle, and your map. So kind of you create this map with your partner. Last one is this. Okay, so you can use this to take picture and recording different things. So the quality of this package is quite nice, right? Okay, so then we just distribute this to all the volunteer users, so they will collect information for us. So then this is the result, and what we found is, okay, there's a new information collected during the process. First is kind of decision difficulty. There are too many information on the internet, so very hard to make a final decision. Second, in the middle of the journey, sometimes you have to change the function or change the plan, and often not so easy, and people will hesitate to do so. Other is we try to kind of visit new place, but afraid of that is probably not so interesting as other people recommend. Other is when we try to modify our plan, we have to check the price or check the review, okay, at the same time, because we are not so sure about the new location. So in terms of traveling, there's some new small accidents, something like I forgot bring my credit card, that sort of thing. So, or I don't have enough clothes. So we have to do this modification according to different accidents. Okay, the last one is if I have a partner to travel a trip together, over time the plan will be go directional. So how can we encourage everyone to join the discussion? So last one is in return, I mean, when reviewing the process, we found, okay, what we actually experienced is different from what we found. So this is the second round. So to compare the difference, so in terms of user experience qualitative interview, we found out about how different ways of collecting information. However, in terms of cultural probe, we found out about more how they interact with other people, how they actually recording the information, and how the kind of the mental situation changed according to the time in the journey. So as you can see, right here there's more detail, but right here is more general. But I would not say that's the normal situation. If you interview a user and you prepare very good tools during the process, you might reach the same result. For example, if one of the team is doing the cosmetic, I don't know how you interview them. Okay, when you interview them, did you ask them to bring all their cosmetic with them? No, right? So one way of doing that sort of interview is, if they are okay, you can visit their dormitory. Okay, and right there say, okay, could you show me your favorite cosmetics? And how many cosmetics do you have? And if you want to go to a party, which one you would choose? Which cosmetic is your kind of lethal weapon to go out for a party? So when you are in that situation, you will ask a lot of information that would normally could not occur during one-on-one interview. So I would encourage you, if you don't have time to do cultural probe, you can visit their place. For example, if you can visit other people while they are watching TV, okay, and you can during that time ask, okay, what's your favorite channel, and what actually do they do normally when they watch TV? Probably they will check notebook or mobile phone at the same time. So you will have a lot of more information. So this is my idea about if you want to only do this kind of qualitative interview, you have to be there in the situation. It will help you to have more information. So, or other alternative ways, you have very good interview skill. You can kind of probe inside the reality of the user. I would say it's quite hard, especially for young kind of designers. So this is something you can have a look. Okay, and I think these two are quite complement to each other. Oh, so then this is the wait a minute, I need the power. So here the result. I mean, he proposed several different new functions for the app, for like the precise suggestion, fast arrangement, and the kind of how to collect different experience and optimize the journey, and the proposal, and kind of have the proposal in advance and help you to respond to different incidents. And kind of reminder, something about what you need to do before the trip according to your information. Okay, and fast scan to scan the information, and probably it will help you to connect to Google search and more directly retrieve the information about what you have been, what you are looking at right now, and in the end, kind of smartly reorganize the whole thing to provide you a unique record of the journey, help you to automatically this is idea. So I'm going to show you the video she produced.
自助旅游让人既期待又开心，但规划一趟完美的自助行却充满挑战。众多的旅游资讯呈现在各大网站、书籍、电视里，如何找到需要的资讯并汇整，实在是个大问题。规划旅途时的繁琐使人疲惫，更别说是应对旅途中的变故。让我们来看看自助旅游达人 Judy 如何解决这一连串的问题。Judy 喜欢收集各式各样的旅游资讯，每天都能从不同网站挖掘到好吃好玩的地点。当他看到喜欢的旅游资讯时，就会随意存下来，直到需要旅游资料时才发现，找不到资料存在哪。好不容易找到，却也忘了当时存这些资料是为了什么。还好 Judy 安装了美品插件。任何网上旅游文章里的资讯重点与图片，只要一框一点，就能存到地图里的地标。不论是图片或文字，都能轻松快速的储存。在书上看到的资讯，随手一拍也能轻松存到地标里。只要把你需要的重点画记下来，美品就帮你自动转变成文字收藏起来。这些存起来的资讯都呈现在 Mapping 我的地图里，它能快速地浏览收集来的景点资讯与地理位置。有天 Mapping 通知了 Judy， 去年这时候是和老朋友出国的日子，这让 Judy 想起来要将大家聚集起来安排一趟新旅程。他计划下个月来趟冲绳之旅，接着马上开启 Mapping 探索里的旅游秘籍，在这里可以搜寻各种想了解的旅游资讯，像是租车。另外还可以搜寻不同国家的资讯以及想了解的文化体验，这些都是有旅游经验的人所发表的内容。Judy 从这收藏了些不错的笔记到我的地图里。接着他在我的旅程里开了共编行程，在这他看到了自己与朋友们收集来的地标，很快的找出彼此共同喜欢的景点，并加入行程规划里。不过景点选项实在太多，他顿时无法决定要安排哪个景点。于是看了 Mapping 给予的地标推荐，很快地决定要去哪些地方。4天3夜的行程轻松安排完，朋友们看到后都觉得实在太棒了。他将安排好的行程放到 Mapping 行程小编上，给去过冲绳的网友们看，让他们给点建议，同时也想知道当地的状况。有许多去过的朋友帮他修改了更好的行程，也有住在当地的朋友说下个月是雨季，要备好雨天方案。Judy 担心雨天打坏计划中的行程，决定早些备案。他在 Mapping 小确幸玩法中找到许多网友们分享的景点小玩法，上面还有注明这些玩法大概要花多久时间，让 Judy 能清楚安排行程。他收集了几个不错的小确幸玩法到 Mapping 我的地图里，好应对当地的变故。终于来到了要出发的日子 ，Mapping 助理机器人很贴心的在前一天提醒所有人该带些什么，帮助他们确认带齐所有物品。有了 Mapping， 让他们在冲绳的行程非常顺利。不过他们最想吃的餐厅没有开店。这时 Judy 打开 Mapping 及时查找，他轻松扫过周围的店家，并能快速得到评价资讯。看了评论后，他们在短短3分钟内做决定了新的选项。回国后 ，Judy 回顾了今年去过的地方，这些旅程中的相片让他觉得今年过得非常充实。Mapping 让规划旅行变得开心又简单，轻松收藏，快速应变，愉快回顾。快来 Mapping 你对世界的无限期待。
Okay, so first of all, you will see so many kind of familiar idea because traveling is a popular issue. So many companies produce different similar function, kind of similar to this one. However, you will see the presentation, the quality is very good. Okay, so I will encourage you every team except why and what, trying to focus on how. Okay, so the quality, the design quality is what kind of how it look, that sort of thing. But how is a bit different. How is the detail of the flow? For example, how can I collect the related information in the journey and help me to have a really nice trip? For example, KK Days. Right now, they have. If you wanna visit Japan, you can check on. It's not my company, but you check KK Days. They will say it will give you some recommendation, and if you click that one, it will help you to buy all the related tickets together, including the train and entrance ticket for a place. So this is how, right? So when we talk about what is, I want to help you to fast organize your trip. So take KK Days, did this. And Airbnb is similar thing. I'm going to visit Boston. So because the conference hotel is very limited, so I have to book Airbnb. Therefore, I asked them one question is whether the Airbnb hotel is the room is near the university. So he sent me a link, and that link actually talk about how I can travel in that area. But that link actually is a collect information from all the Airbnb owners. So try to produce a kind of the collective information about that area. And I found it's really, really useful because it tells me I can walk to the university in 15 minutes and it's safe to walk at night. That sort of information. And I believe that's not created by the company, but it kind of created by all the Airbnb owner during the process. And so when I'm not so sure about you, but if I want to visit a place, the most important thing is how can I reach there? And is that okay? I arrive after 12 o'clock at night, that sort of thing. So you will gather all the information on the website, and so before you book the Airbnb room, you will have all the information. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is another feature right here. If you look at it from what dimension, okay, it looks quite similar, but now it's kind of you have to think about how you collect information to help the user. So this is how we look at the whole thing. Therefore, during that movie or not small click, you will see a lot of concept. Therefore, the next thing is we use a method called Kano to select which concept is most important or desired by our audience. So this is the third method you can use. So SUS is for measuring the overall user experience. NPS is to detect whether your product is unique or whether your how my way is desirable for the user. And Kano is used to select and evaluate your concept if you have more than 10. Okay, so Kano is another very, I think, simple way of doing things. Okay, for example, it only asks 2 questions. One is if the system do provide this function and service, how do you like? Okay, so from like to dislike. And if it doesn't provide this function and service, how do you like? So kind of, if you have tried this before, you find it quite weird to kind of ask a single concept twice. But you have to mention this to your user that this is how the task used. So why do I want to ask this question? Because the original or the underlying hypothesis is that the opposite of like is not dislike. The opposite of like is not dislike. So I like this person, or I just don't care. It's not the other side is dislike. So based on this, we have this interesting diagram. It's a little bit confused in the very beginning, but it's quite easy to understand. So it talks about 2 things. One is if I have a function, okay, when I don't have the function absent, how do you feel? If I have full implemented the function, how do you feel? And the y-axis is about, okay, I'm not very satisfied or I'm highly satisfied. So that's cause this diagram. And right here, there are several categories. I'm going to talk about this gradually. First is what we call must be category. So when we talk must be, is called basic need. What is must be? If you are going to a restaurant, what is a must-have functionality right now? So when I say must-have, means if you don't, this is number one. If you don't have this function, I will feel very, very upset. But if you do have this function, I feel okay. I will not feel very happy, but I just feel okay. So this is number one, must be. So can you tell me which function of restaurant is must be function right now? Pardon me? Menu. No, that's not function. So think about quality. Menu, it's okay. So selling anything to eat, right? Okay. So for example, must be is clean. Menu is okay, right? Clean. Okay. But remember, about 20 years ago, a clean restaurant might not be a basic function of restaurant in China, right? So don't think about anything is okay, this ordinary. No. So right now in Taiwan, a clean restaurant or clean environment without any mouse or cockroach actually is a base function, right? If you don't have that, if you see any cockroach, you will feel very upset about the restaurant. But if you didn't see anyone, you will feel very happy. No, it's ordinary. So that's a must be. Okay, so that's first one. Second one is one dimensional. One dimensional is kind of the expected need. So when you don't have, people feel upset. But when you have more, in terms of quality, the user will feel more satisfied. So what is the function of a restaurant? That is one dimension. Delicious, very good. The quality of food. Okay, you found it's really tasty, you will feel very happy. But not so tasty, you will feel kind of unsatisfied. Okay, so that's kind of one dimension. Okay, the third one is attractive. Attractive means something extra. If you don't have this function, I find it's okay. But if you do have, I'll feel very, very happy. So what is the attractive function of a restaurant? Louder? What? Discount. Discount would not be counted as function, right? Or random discount might be. Okay, so it gives you a voucher. Congratulations, it's 50% off. That could be. Okay. So if you go to a restaurant, they didn't give you any voucher, you will feel upset? No, it's okay. Okay, so that's attractive. So think about other. So basically there are three functions you need to think about. One is must be, one dimensional, and attractive. Okay. So another three is kind of quite very interesting function. One is reverse. The more you do, the more user feel dissatisfied. Which one? It's a situation. You have to think about the context. For example, if I go to a really nice restaurant, if the music is really loud and not the type I like, I will feel really annoyed, even they have music. Okay? So indifference, that's another interesting thing. So whether you do it or not, no one feel it. So probably half a person feel dissatisfied, half feel very satisfied. So another is questionable. Questionable is something like some people really like it, some people really hate it. So you have no idea what it happened. So something like, so it kind of feel confused in terms of the result. So we have 6 types. If we have number 4, 5, 6, reverse, indifference, and questionable, they are the function you don't need right now. You have to do more research to think about whether you will include them into your app. But number 1, 2, 3 must be, okay, the basic function you have to have. Right now, if you design about this one, I would strongly suggest you to think about more innovative idea, because this is just basic app function. The second one is one dimension, that's really good. But if you have this function, that means you have to think about how to deliver the function in a better way in terms of current market, okay? And if you have attractive, that means that's extra. And you have to think about whether people would like to pay for the extra. So if you say, okay, if you go to a restaurant, they say, oh, I would like to have my type of music played in the restaurant. But you say it will require you pay extra $100. You may say, oh, I don't need that, right? So that's, you think about attractive. So each group, I mean, you have 3 functions, right? You might think about it, whether these 3 functions belong to which category. Okay, if one is must be, one is one dimension, one is attractive, that's quite a good combination. So think about it. If 3 of your functions are must be, that means the app itself is a bit ordinary. So you will do your best to make it beautiful, because that's where you can do your best. Okay, so think about this. So I think this is a very good diagram to help you to think about what kind of functions I provide. Oh, another thing is, these are a user's perspective, not your perspective. User, when they have look over your design and think, oh, this is what I need, or this is for me is attractive. So different users might have different opinions. So you will have a percentage of how people feel. Another thing is just like I say, an attractive function may gradually move all the way to basic needs. For example, a clean environment might be an attractive function in the past, but right now it's basic needs for almost all the restaurants in Taiwan. Okay, for example, you are given one idea. So yours will be app, and this is a survey design. And then ask them 2 questions, remember? Okay, so this is a table you try to, so if you ask, no, this function, how do you feel? And he say, should be. And he say, if yes, we do provide the function. He say, oh, I like it, so it belongs to attractive value. Can you see? Okay, so this is a table you should, I will give you the slide, so you can use this table to match into different questions. So if you have 3 functions, how many questions do we have? Simple calculation. Should be 6, right? Because each function you will have ask 2 questions. Okay, so if I have 100 users trying to answer the question, you will have this kind of percentage. Okay, you have to calculate it by yourself manually. Okay, so of course you can come up with a final result. This is the table you will have in the end. So this is the result. But you can turn this into single number. So this is called satisfaction increase index and the dissatisfaction decrease index. And you can have a single number. Okay. But if you are interested, you can use this formula to calculate the final single index. Okay. So if you look at this one, this is all the functions Iris mentioned in the video. So have a look. Which one is the most important function for the app, based on your understanding of Kano? reverse means if you do it, the more you do it, people will hate it, right? Indifference means this doesn't kind of affect people's likeness. Attractive is this kind of reddish color. Expected is the one-dimensional. One-dimensional is the black one, and must be is the basic function one. So must be is the bottom one, right? Indifference is the top one. Okay, have a look and give me 1 minute. So if you are the author of the app or you are designer of the app, which 3 functions you should select based on the result?
Subjects. Okay.
There's no single answer because there are so many ways to select. But I need to know the reason. So you can have a chat with your classmate sitting next to you. Okay. So give you 2 minutes. Okay. Anyone want to share your thought? Okay. 金沙英文怎么讲？金沙就叫金沙吗？没事。啊，对，太困难了。对，广告听到你讲我就听到广告啊。Okay. So which one is the must-have? I think my map is quite important because it has very, very high must-be attribute. So this one is, and plus it has very good one-dimensional attribute. Therefore, this one is must-have, kind of a basic function of your app. And the second one is quite challenging because there are several candidates, right? So if we look at, the process is like look at the must-be and then one-dimensional, then attribute. Attractive. Because must be something you have to do. If you fail to do it, people will hate it. So it's really important. So this one is must. Second is one-dimensional. Because attractive is something you do for extra, so you can leave later. So what is one-dimensional? Okay, this is one-dimensional, 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 right? So I'm not so sure the number whether it's accurate or not, but I think the website plugin is quite important, and my journey is quite important, and the assistant of analysis is quite important. Maybe the instant search and the offline store is quite important, right? That's the second group. So the last one probably is the rest of it. So you want to say, could I include all of them? Of course you can include all of them if you have enough resource or the competition is so high because everyone have this 10, so therefore I have to have this 10. Okay, so remember one thing is this project has done 2 cycles. So the first cycle produced about 4 of these main functions, and the second cycle produced another 6. Okay, though I think it's probably you don't have time to do the second circle, but like what I said last week, it's time to start interviewing your user because you have something. You have your prototype. Use your prototype to ask your user. You will have more information instead of just go there and ask them without any materials. All right? Okay, so this is how you use Kano to what? To select your idea, prioritize your ideas. Okay, so this is how we do. So NPS. Remember how to do NPS? Okay, NPS to ask one question. Okay, how do you like to recommend this to your colleagues and friends? So he compared mapping to other travel websites. So this is quite an important idea because NPS is not absolute numbers. So when you say I have 30, that doesn't mean anything. If your competitor are -2, then you are very good in the competition. But if you are 30 in NPS, but your competitor are like a 50, then even you have 30, you still are not. You need to work more. So compared to other travel websites, 16 and mapping is 27. So that's quite good. I mean, we have some minor advantage. Okay. Okay, and other thing is, okay, because we have promoter and we have passive, so you can ask about their opinion. So this is their opinion. So I think it's quite good. So for the promoter, I think the comments are just, I mean, something very good. Probably the designer's friend. But I like the passive users recommend. Okay, so okay, too many functions. We emphasize 2 or 3, balance the function and the key points. So I think it's quite good. Okay. So for example, these 2 things I think quite similar. Could we merge together? So for me, NPS is very important, but how the passive and the detractors say about the app actually quite important because we are all using new app. So there's only promoter, pass, and detractor. But if you are trying to redesign the existing app, something you can use is the person who used to use the app, but then change to other app. Okay, so that's another a good user to ask for information. All right, so this is the result, and this is how he select. Okay. So my map, my journey is the primary optimized function because that's the key function of the app. So this is the conclusion. All right, so that concludes the 2 case studies I introduced today. The first one is ICANN. So since you have learned about ICANN the second time, I would encourage you to think about ICANN and in terms of how might we persona and how it get evolved over time and how it tests using SUS and NPS in the end. Okay. The second project is about a bit modern project. Okay, I think the quality of this project is really good, and how you use Cultural Probe and Kano model to select different function and increase new functionality of the app is something we can learn from this app. So these are 2 case studies I provide for you to think about how you are going to kind of use the kind of 3 weeks time to optimize what you have right now and come out with a final presentation. So if you need more this kind of cases, probably I don't have time to elaborate each one of them, but I can kind of select 2 or 3 more for you for your reference if you like. All right? Any other question? Anyone ask? Okay. If no, I will see you next week. So next week we will have Dell, and she was here talking about research method. And the next week she will talk about how to evaluate your app again. All right. So I will see you next week.